Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Don't You Know I've Had a Stroke? And I am your host, Mike Peters, a global internet sensation. And welcome to the show. We are live on Facebook and YouTube, so please do not swear. And if you're watching, please leave a comment to say who you are and where you're from. Thank you. And my guest today is a dear friend. Well, he was a friend and still is. Um, and I've interviewed his wife, Debbie, and his daughter, Ellie. So without further ado, I'll bring on Ian Devereux Roberts. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, young man. How are you?
Good, thank you. So I'm working my way through the family.
You are, yes, yeah. You've left the best to last, obviously.
We'll see when we get the stats in.
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I just need to do better than my wife. That's my goal.
So welcome. I don't want to big you up too much, but to me you are an inspirational person and a dear friend, and I just want to talk about you and your job as a teacher during this global pandemic. So
Okay.
can you just tell me a bit about yourself, Ian?
Yeah, well, I am a head teacher of a primary school in Cheshire West and Chester. I'm in my 14th year of headship there. Prior to that, I was the head of a smaller school, again within Cheshire West and Chester, called Eaton Primary. I've been a teacher now this is my 34th year of teaching. So I'm at the latter end of my educational career now. I went into a school when I was 4 and I've never left. So I've sort of always been in education. It is the best job in the world. I wouldn't want to be doing anything different. And each day is very different. Life in school at the moment is very different and very challenging. But we know, or I know, particularly when talking about my school, I have a team of professionals, both teachers and support staff, who are just truly immense and awesome.
Ian, can you see the comments on the screen?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
So Jerry says, hello, Mike and Diaz. Texas here.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Hello, Mike. Oh, sorry.
Jerry.
Hello, Jerry. Sorry. Hello, Jerry.
Carry on, sorry.
So yeah. Surrounded by an immense group of people that are working tirelessly and working very differently at the moment to support the children while we go through these very difficult and challenging times at the moment. But I would recommend entering the teaching profession to anybody. If you have a passion for wanting to make a difference, to be part of children's lives and making that difference for them and with them, then it is a truly, truly inspirational job to have.
I think the word we're looking for is unprecedented times.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. And I sincerely hope that these unprecedented times don't um, don't mark what education is going to be like moving forward in the next year or so, really, because it can't be. School is where children mix and love learning and work with one another, engage with one another. And at the moment, we're all very separate, and that can't define what education is going to be like. It mustn't define what education is going to be like.
So Jerry said, thank you for what you do.
It is an immense job, Jerry, an absolutely wonderful job to have. And I've been very lucky throughout my 33 years of teaching to work with amazing teams of people.
So what makes a good teacher, Ian?
Somebody that is resilient, somebody that is empathetic, somebody that is caring, creative, thinks out the box, wants to make a difference to young minds, is a good team player, has a sense of humour. That's immensely important.
You've definitely got that.
Yeah, it's immensely important to have a sense of humour, and enthusiastic, passionate. It is a vocation, teaching, and you've got to want to do it. It's too hard if you aren't passionate about making a difference.
So do you find now, because they're learning from home, do you think parents think they're the best teachers in the world?
Some parents think that they have become educational experts overnight, I would say. Some parents are finding it really hard and really challenging, and are wanting to do the best for their children. But they haven't done the training that we've done. They've got the years and years of experience of knowing how young minds tick, and how to bring out the best of children when you're teaching something that may be challenging, may be causing them difficulties. And we've got all the tricks and the tools and the techniques to draw out children's understanding, and parents don't have that. They are experts in their own field of being a mum or a dad, or in their field of their work. But some parents think they are now experts, but I'd have to say my parents at my school are working in tandem with us, really, to make the best of what is difficult times, really, to be honest.
And can I ask how you think this has affected the young children?
I'm a primary school, so I'm working with children from 4 to 11, and they are very resilient. They have the skills to work independently. They have the skills to think creatively, have the skills to discuss their feelings, and share any concerns or worries that they have. For older children, I think, this has been a very difficult. So children, 11 through to 18, I'm sure there have been difficult. They themselves are going through difficult times in terms of gaining their place in the world and developing and maturing. Whereas for the guys that we work with, some children have been affected by it and are finding it hard. But I'd have to say for my school and the children that are within our care, we've been just blown away by how they're adaptable, they're flexible, they work hard.
And you talk about the pandemic because, it's not very nice, especially now we've reached 100,000 deaths in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, those figures are really very sad, and as a school, have we had families being impacted through the death of a family member? Yes, we have. And do we talk about it? Yes, we do. We never shy away from discussing important issues with the children, talking with them at their level, and at their maturity level as well. So we wouldn't shy away from it, but obviously when you're dealing with young children, you are pitching pitching what you're wanting to discuss at their level.
So Yvonne says hello, Ian, and Yvonne from Athens, Greece.
Right. Hello, Yvonne.
And a question from Jerry. Do you find our kids are suffering not in school?
Because they're not in school, are they suffering? Yes, they are. More socially, it's that social interaction that they're missing out on. Yes, you've got Zoom. Yes, you've got FaceTime. Yes, they may meet friends when they're out doing their daily act of exercise in the day. But socially, yes, they are. Young children are very much social beasts. And being together and learning together and playing together is a massive part of childhood, and we would never want that to be taken away from anybody. But so yes, they are being impacted on, and I think it's more from a social aspect, because they're undertaking work in their own home, in their own room, potentially online. So there isn't that social interaction, and that would be the biggest worry.
So you're quite a progressive school, so you don't shy away with examples of LGBTQ plus or anything like that?
No, not at all. I think it's important, and it's incumbent of us as educationalists to allow children to understand diversity, to understand and be tolerant of people who hold different views to them, that they are from a different ethnic group, they may have a disability, and it's important that we talk about all those issues, and it's something that I'm very proud of with regards to my school and what we do. And I say this to any prospective parents who comes around my school. I have 211 children at school, and I'm immensely proud of the journey that they have with us when they come in at 4 and leave us at 11. And I pass on every year wonderful ambassadors to respective high schools, and that we've given them experiences and opportunities that allow them to have the skills and qualities to tackle the next stage of their education, and hopefully be wonderful citizens when they become adults.
So Jerry has 10 grandchildren. Some are in school, and some are not in. So they are not kind of feeling isolated.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. And I think what we've built into our remote provision is opportunities once a week where the children can socially see one another. I know it's online, but just that checking in with that face that they've not seen for a week, with somebody from their class, does make a massive difference.
So you talk about disabilities in school. So we all know about Meg and Harry. Do they ever come into the school?
Yeah, very much so. Meg and Harry form an integral part of many of my assemblies. The children know Meg and Harry well. Events that we have at school over periods of time, they they would attend, and the children are aware of them. They can see them, and I'm very open and honest. When we as a family are going through difficult times, I share that with the school community. In my letter home to parents tonight, that went about half an hour ago, the final comment was just an update to tell them that Meg and Harry are getting their first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine on Saturday, because I know the parents would want to know that and would want their children to know that, and I feel immensely supported by my school community, as does Debbie, my wife, and does Ellie, and Meg and Harry as well. So it is important that they know, because I am a head teacher, but I am a dad, and both aspects of my life are intertwined and always have been, and it's important that the children hear what it's like for me as a dad, not just as a teacher.
Unfortunately, you're not at school at the moment. Can you tell us why you are not allowed in school?
I've been asked to shield again, so which means that in order to protect Meg and Harry, because they're critically extremely vulnerable, we have to remain in the home. So we are not going out as we did in the first lockdown. So from March 2020 through to August 2020, we just remained in our internally in our home and in the garden. We didn't go beyond then, because that's what we were asked to do in order to protect Meg and Harry. And that's something that Debbie and I felt, was incumbent on us to do that. And for Meg and Harry, it was a wonderful experience for them, having mum and dad home permanently with them. They did moan on occasion, but it was lovely for us, and we've created wonderful memories.
They're quiet today.
Pardon?
They're quiet.
Yeah, I can hear Harry having a little interjection next door, so he's ready to be maybe got up and put into his wheelchair, I think, possibly. But I know, the guidance is that I must shield, and until we're told otherwise, then that will be the case. But my staff, my parents, my governors, and the children know the reasons why I need to do that.
So I've got to wait till this is all over before I come and see you again.
You do, yes. Unfortunately, yeah, we can't have anybody other than the dedicated people that are come in. And it's not that we don't want to see you. Well, no, we don't really want to see you, but yeah, as soon as we're able to, it would be lovely for you to bob into your new car that you will be taking delivery of very soon. And then, when you drive up, we'll make sure that the doors are locked and we're hiding so you can't get in.
Can we just talk about, I know you won't want to, but you were very careful in the beginning with Meg and H and your carers. Can you tell me what you got them to do, please?
Yeah, well, they needed to come in one entrance into the building, in through the front door. They had to then remove their clothes that they had come to work in, and put on just a uniform that they were going to wear through the day. They needed to undertake regular hand hygiene throughout the day. They wear PPE when working with close work with Meg and Harry, and that has worked. We have stayed COVID safe, secure. None of us, both the two carers who come in during the day and the one carer that comes in at night time, but Debbie and I and Ellie, when she's come home safely, and Meg and Harry, we've all remained COVID free. And
is it true you used to play the stripper music?
Did I? Yes, on a little mouth organ. I used to stand at the door, and they would play it. I would play it, whatever. Yeah. But yeah, regular testing is important, and we're all doing that. And as a school now, we're doing twice weekly tests.
Are you as teachers?
Yeah, we started it this week. So all primary school staff have to do the lateral flow test. So we have to do it twice a week, 3 to 4 days apart, and report the results to school and report them to nationally, whether it's a positive, negative, or a void result. And it means that we can keep everybody safe.
It's funny, my carers have literally only starting next week being tested.
Right, okay. Which is shocking, really, isn't it, when you think about it? Because, you're reliant on them being, keeping them safe, keeping themselves safe in order to keep you safe, aren't they? And that's a big ask. And the issue is with all the asymptomatic transmission, isn't there, of the virus? And that's the reason why we're doing the lateral flow tests, because some of the children that are in school currently, of critical workers or vulnerable children, could be asymptomatic. But so by doing the testing, and how long this testing will go on for, I'm not quite sure.
Is it as bad as it's made out to be?
Oh, it's not pleasant. It's not pleasant at all. No.
I'm not saying you do it like that.
No, that wasn't the best example, but it isn't pleasant. And now that you're doing it in the privacy of your own home, it's better than doing it in a centre when you can hear everybody else gagging. It's not pleasant. It's not very pleasant. So if you do it in your own home, only the ones that love you dearly and more than are happy to support you while you're gagging. But yeah, it isn't a very pleasant.
And you get the results in 20 minutes.
Yeah, within half an hour. Yeah, it's like a little pregnancy test. You drop some fluid, and then it creates a line. So
if I came up, I'd be having one, would I?
If you came up, yeah, you could. Yeah, we could. Yeah, we have kits here that we use if anybody was to come home. So yes, we could test you. They're trying a new one in China. Have you heard that today?
No?
You'd COVID test. It's up the backside apparently. So yeah, look on BBC News. They're sharing the news that's the way that they're going to be doing it in China now. It gives a better result apparently.
You'd think it'd be clever enough, like I test my blood sugar. You'd think they'd be able to do it that way, wouldn't you?
Yeah, just something very quick and easy. Yeah, maybe that will come. I mean, this is not going to go away, is it? What we're in at the moment, we're going to be able to manage it, but I think we're going to have to be vaccinated on a regular basis, like the flu vaccination. Really, I think, to be honest.
Right. And can I talk about? I mean, I'm really impressed with your school because of the outdoor space and the outdoor classrooms. Did you put those in?
Yes. Yeah. It was. Well, I'm very lucky for the grounds within school, so it was ripe and ready for development. So we have an outdoor classroom and performance space. We have a tree house where we undertake learning. We have a forest school area. We have a route around the school which we call the Daily Mile, and the children undertake 20-minute physical exercise every day around the Daily Mile. We have a multi-use games area that is a 3G AstroTurf facility that we use to support PE delivery. We have an area where we grow vegetables. We have had chickens and an egg loo and a chicken coop in the past. We have outdoor gym equipment that the children have access to as part of their playtime, lunchtime provision, and PE provision.
Are you a school who chooses pupils to take animals home for the summer?
We don't have any animals in school. When we had the chickens, we had parents coming in looking after them in school when we had them. But we don't have any other animals in school. I have worked in schools where we've had rats and snakes and hamsters and rabbits and guinea pigs, but we don't have them currently at my school.
What I'd like to say is it's difficult for parents teaching. Because I'm a whiz at maths, but my kids came home, when they were children, and I hadn't got a clue because you teach it so funny these days.
No, we don't teach it funny, Michael. We teach it just differently as to how we were taught when we were. Bearing in mind that it was a long time ago, Michael, that you and I were at school. We're talking, started school in the 1960s. Well, I did anyway. You maybe just the start of the 1970s. And things have improved and methods have changed, but it's still getting the children to arrive at the same answer.
So Bethan Walker says, sounds a fab school. Bethan is one of my main carers, and she teaches her daughter, especially gardening and growing things, and that's really important, isn't it?
Massively important. School isn't just about academia and achieving those results at the end of particular years. It's also about giving children skills and qualities to allow them to become beautiful human beings, and being the ability to bake, the ability to grow things, the ability to debate, the ability to discuss, the ability to empathize, to sing, to dance, to act, are all part of what is quality primary education.
So that brings me, you're a bit of a drama queen, aren't you?
I have been known to be a drama queen, yes.
And you perform on stage, and I performed on stage with you.
I have, yeah. I was far better than you, but yes, we have, yeah. And amateur theatre has been a big part of my life from when I was at school, at high school, performing in musicals, to going away to university and being part of the drama group at university, then coming back, and then doing amateur theatre through either my pantomime company or a musical theatre company, and then doing performances with children in school.
So what's your favourite part in a musical that you've played?
I have enjoyed playing Ali Hakim in Oklahoma. That was a good
I love
part.
that musical.
I enjoyed playing the voice of Audrey 2 in Little Shop of Horrors. I enjoyed the part of Sir Evelyn in Anything Goes. In pantomimes, I love playing Buttons and Wishy Washy.
I have to say, you're the best Buttons I've ever worked with.
Thank you very much indeed. That's very, very kind of you. Can I say anything nice about you? No, sorry,
No.
I can't. No, that's very kind of you, Mike. And it is just, performing is just, it's just lovely.
And of course, you've taken that into your teaching.
Yeah, very much so. And
I was
teaching
lucky to
is,
see your nativity on YouTube, and I was blown away. One, that you could do a nativity in a global pandemic. And I know you had a few Marys and a few Josephs.
we did, we had to, yeah, because we had to have the separate bubbles and the children couldn't mix or whatever. But drama is a lovely way, drama is a lovely way to experience learning, and the ability to come away from yourself and be somebody else as well is a lovely way to learn how to empathize with when you are that particular character, and children love performing, and teaching is performing as well. Really, you step on the stage at 9 o'clock when the children come into school, and you step off when you leave them. You have to perform. If you're having to try and teach year 5 equivalent fractions, you've got to think of ways that are gonna keep them and get them and allow them to learn that particular concept. So it is performing on a daily basis, teaching. That's why it's such a beautiful job to have, really, to be honest.
Well, I think you're a very special person and a very special teacher. Sorry, head teacher.
Thank you, Thank you, Mr.
Because I
Peters.
think you're well disciplined, but you're empathetic.
Yep.
Not towards me, but towards the kids.
No, I would never show you any empathy, Michael, because that's just, because I'm empathetic to the people that deserve it, and
You just try and make me laugh while I'm on my walking stick.
yeah.
On purpose.
And I think that's why you and I got on so well, really, because you allow me to take the mickey out of you, and even with all the challenges that you've experienced in the last 4 years, you should be immensely proud of all that you have achieved. And I love being able to hear about that, but also to be able to take the mickey out of you, because I think humor and laughter will get us through the darkest of times. And some people may think, that's not the right thing to do, but I think humor has a real important part to play in how we deal with difficult times.
I can remember when I came for Sunday lunch, one of the last times I saw you, and I reached for the salt and I managed to work it with my affected hand.
You did, and and you're doing new things every couple of weeks, aren't you? Your ability to do something last week that you couldn't do, you're working really hard. You're in developing your skills or relearning your skills, aren't you? Which is all credit to you, Michael.
Beef stroganoff today.
Excellent. I'm not a lover of beef stroganoff, but I'm sure it will be mightily impressive. I'm sure Jude will enjoy tucking into it later on. Or have you eaten it all already?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to bring up some pictures now, so I'll. Of course, one of the pictures there was of us 4 on a Zoom call.
Yep.
With our dear wives.
Yeah. And
Wow,
we wouldn't be the men we are, Michael, if we wasn't for our wives, really, to be honest.
totally. I'm just disappointed you didn't have a matching face mask with your lovely wife.
No, I'm not into leopard print, to be honest, Michael. So I'm more neutral colours, really.
I've seen your underwear. That's leopard print.
Well, only my thongs, nothing else.
And there was a lovely picture with you with Megs. Of course, you live by the sea, don't you?
We do, yeah. So that was just a local beach that we went out. Very windy, but getting out with Meg and Harry is an integral part of keeping us sane, really,
And they love it as well, don't they?
They do, most definitely.
Right, Mister. Any final words to my global fan base, please?
Just carry on. If they're supporting you, I know how much that you appreciate that. So keep telling them to keep doing what they're doing, because they may be experiencing difficult times themselves. You keep doing what you're doing, because you are truly an awesome bloke. And if you've ever considered teaching, do it, because it is just a fabulous profession to be part of.
Don't you know I've had a stroke?
Really? Recently, Michael? Was that recently?
Thank you, Ian.
Pleasure,
you know
pleasure, Michael.
And I love the whole family.
And we love you too as well.
So thanks, mate. Stay safe, and hopefully you'll get back to school soon.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Take care. Love
Take
to
care,
everyone.
Michael.
Bye.
Bye bye.